Hey guys, Archie back here with a game two commentary. So sideboarding here, Steven decided into more counterspells to win the counterspell wars, which is a big decision, which is really good. It makes I think he sides in Fair Spell here, which is really good against Keys Cold Dawn. All the reactive spells that I have can be stopped by Keys Cold, obviously, which is great. It stops the Gale Force, stops everything. He starts into more of those. I decided to side out my one copy of Beast Queen's counterattack for Heavenly Gust, which is not that bad either. Just I was scared of the Neo Bearer coming out early, and I wanted an answer to it just in case. So in the opening mulligans, Steven is going first, of course. Whoever goes first in this matchup is very important. He decides to mull 4 and I decide to mull 1. Now he does miss a Killing Stone once again with a Shipwreck, and he decides to play Tama. I assume he plays Tama here because instead of the Planting Beans in his hand, because he wants to dig for a Messenger just in case he doesn't hit the Killing Stone the following turn. So I go ahead and play a turn 1 Sacred Elf. That's possible because Steven didn't open the turn 1 Killing Stone. If he had opened turn 1 Killing Stone, the threat of a turn 2 flip would have been there, and I would have had to keep the blue open for the to threaten the Keys Call. Now heading into turn 2, Steven misses the Killing Stone again, and he doesn't do anything here, so he decides to pass, meaning he didn't hit his Messenger in time. It kind of sucks. It happens. It's kind of part of the RNG of the game. Now I decided to attack with this Sacred Elf, since there was no threat of Tama being able to kill my Sacred Elf, and I don't plan on using the mana this turn. So I go ahead and flicker the Sacred Elf, and Steven is down 3,800 to 4,000 to me. Now Steven finally hits his Killing Stone on turn 3, and he then immediately plays a Tama, and he sees a Demonic Dead. That is devastating. Now it's not that bad now that I think about it. I mean, at this point I can't Severings it because it'll just go to the graveyard and you can activate again, so there's no point in me responding here. So I'm going to go ahead and let that resolve. I draw. Now I decided to play, I top deck a Fire Summon here, and I'm not sure if I should play it. I'm thinking, I know the next turn will be a what's it called, a counterspell wall, because he's going to definitely Judgment next turn. He's got Demonic Dead and a Killing Stone, and I know I have a few counters to the thing, to the activate, but the Fairy Spell, I know that next turn is going to be a huge counterspell wall, so I figured Fire Summoning here is not bad, and then tapping a Stone, and then playing the Melfi to bait out a Severing Winds wasn't the worst play. I should have used Energize and the Sacred Elf looking back at it, so that way I could keep 2 blue open, because I have a Keys and a Dawn in my hand, but that's okay. That was a misplay, but on my part I should have used the Energize here. I could have used the Keys Goal to win the Counterspell War, but he does use a Severing here, which is one less Severing for me to worry about in the Counterspell War. I have a Severing as well, so next turn is going to be a big Counterspell War. So here he's gonna. So turn 4, Steven decides to Judgment. I believe, yeah, he does Judgment. I think he's thinking about messaging, but he does realize that Judgmenting would be much better here. So he's going to Judgment first, and then he's going to go ahead and play a Messenger to go ahead and stack the Stone, just in case he misses the Killing Stone off the Griffin. The Killing Stone was on top, but I think that's very important. Last thing you want to do is be very unlucky and miss on the 2 Killing Stones. They'll be very unlucky, yeah. So he's going to go ahead and activate here with Tama and Demonic Dead. Yeah, and in response to that, I'm going to go ahead and Dawn here. So Dawn to the Earth here, he's going to go ahead and Fairy Spell using his 1 open mana. I'm going to go ahead and Severings, since he did play the Messenger. He is going ahead and Severings me back. That is his second Severings. Now that could have been prevented, this ETB could have been prevented by the Keys Call I had in my hand, but that was just a misplay on my part. The Griffin, I'm responding here though. I am going to Gale Force it to kill it. This tells me he doesn't have any more Severings in his hand, which he does get a Killing Stone in the end because of the stacked. The 1 Killing Stone. So yeah, either way, that was a huge counterspell war. In the end, I did kill the Griffin, and I did manage to force a lot of counterspells out. He is going to end up responding here by Demonic Dead and using it with a Tama to activate once again. Probably once again going to be pulling out another Griffin, but he's going to stack his stone. I mean, shuffle another stone back into his stone deck because he does want a higher chance of hitting the Killing Stone. He does hit one more Killing Stone, which is good for him. That means he can activate once again. Now, I don't have any answers to this at the moment. I don't have a Soldat or a Gale Force in my hand. My hand is pretty much a Keys Call. So he did this before my recovery, which means there was no threat of a Keys Call there, which is a very smart play. If I had Keys Call him then, he wouldn't have hit a Killing Stone, which would have been terrible for him. Now, I go ahead and play a Lumia. I know for a fact I get 2 Soldat here. Now, 2 Soldat under this Lumia, which is good. I can cast Soldat freely here and leave 2 mana open for a Soldat potentially for his next Griffin on his following turn. So I go ahead and Soldat the Griffin. He goes and puts that at the bottom of his deck. Now, we're in a pretty sticky situation here. I'm not in a good situation. I'm not in a bad situation right now. I would be in a better situation if I hadn't. If I had just tapped the right stone or used my Energize for that Melfi. Otherwise, yeah. Oh well, that's all part of the game. Misplays are part of it. Who knows? So now I'll go ahead and flicker. I have 2 mana open for the 1 Soldat and a half. So Steven goes and attacks with Messenger here. I do not want to block with the Lumia here because I'm scared of a Tama coming down and being banished to kill my Lumia. I'll end up losing my Soldat that's under there. I won't be able to cast it because of the fact that once Lumia is dead, I can't cast it. That's kind of the downfall. It's not technically in my hand, so I can't just hold the mana and wait. So at this point, Steven is thinking here. I believe he does follow up with a final battle for X equals 7. He is going to be paying 800 life for that, so he's tapping 3 stones and then paying 800 life to get to X equals 7. That does kill my Lumia, and that's going to be devastating for me. So we're just waiting for him. He's thinking about it. I think it's a good play. That's a very good play. And he doesn't know what's in my hand, though. He does know I have a potential Dawn of the Earth. So he could have gone for X equals 9 here and prevented the Dawn of the Earth, but he decides not to and goes for a final battle, just X equals 7 instead, paying 800 life. Now, this will kill Lumia and the Soldat that's under it, which is absolutely terrible for me. I'd rather have my Lumia live here. I have only Keys Call in my hand, which stops like ETB at best. So yeah. So yeah. So I do the float the green. It doesn't matter. There's nothing I can do with it. So Steven then activates his Demonic Dead. And then he follows up with playing a Fox Spirit, I believe. Anyways, he's down to 2200 health, which is he's pretty low. He's thinking about activating it. He doesn't actually activate. He just decides to leave it there. And yeah, so he's gonna go ahead and play a Fox Spirit. Yes, he does. And he's sitting on 2200 health. He's actually in a really good situation. I'm behind in everything. I'm behind in tempo. I'm behind in card advantage. So there's a lot of good going for Steven right now. So right now I am probably forced to release here to get my Soldat, just so I can answer the... I know for a fact he's going to activate at the end of my turn. That's a given. And he's probably going to Manticore because he's probably going to assume I'm trying to get back something important into my hand, which I'm not. I'm just trying to get a Soldat so I can answer his flip. I do have a few Keys Calls in my hand, and my hand's not very great. It's not very good at the moment. It's not the best hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and Soldat here. Get the Soldat back and draw a card, which is good. I draw into another Keys Call. Keys Call is not what I need right now. I need answers to the big shit. That's what I need. I need Dawn of the Earth. I need Gale Forces. I need all the good shit. I need Soldats and whatnot. So, but anyways, he is going to be activating at the end of my turn, I believe, using the Demonic Dead and the Fox Spirit. The Messenger was a mistake, I believe. Yep, he does. He uses the Fox Spirit and goes ahead and goes up one. I think 2300 he's at now, and I'll go down to 3100. And then in response, to the ETB, I will go ahead and Soul Debt once again. Now, at this point, I should have used the Energize again for the Soul Debt. Man, I think I just forgot about it at this point. I wanted to keep the blue open, but this in the end just lets me keys call, and I get to draw. But now I don't have a way to keys call his next Griffin, which is going to be a good, which is very important because he's stuck on one killing stone. If he activates again, I can keys call it and just stop it. But now I don't have that option because I only have a red-white energized. So I believe he's just going to play bird here. He's going to tap a stone. No, he's going to shuffle stone back into his deck. So if I had a keys call open here, this would have been a good situation as well. This was misplays by me, essentially, but that's okay. I'm sure Stephen was also making a few misplays as well, he's mentioned. So either way, it was been a long day. This was being I think seventh round in, 7 hours in. I don't know, something about like that. Who knows? Or 6 or something. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and activate with Demonic Debt and the bird. Gonna go ahead and draw from the bird. Now if I now I can't respond. He knows this, so he's gonna go ahead and Griffin. And I think believe he misses the stones here, so he has no killing stone. That's great. That's great. This might be a good situation for me. This could be a comeback situation if I think of the right play. So brings out a Griffin and misses 2 stones. That's massive, absolutely massive. Okay, so looking back at this turn here, I probably should have so this is another misplay again. I probably should have beat out a hook here instead of a barrier seal, which I end up doing. The barrier seal is not a bad play. It's definitely, and it's not a bad play. It's probably the second best play I could have done. But looking back and in hindsight, I probably could have done a hook here. He has no killing stones, and I don't know why I thought he did, because the reason I wouldn't hook here is because he would have armored it in response. And even then, even if he armors in response, I have a keys call in my hand and I could have responded. So he's going to go ahead and, in response to my Demonic Dead here, in response to my barrier seal, use Demonic Dead's active ability and lose another 500 life. I believe he's like pretty low now. I think it's 1800, I believe, or something. No, 1300. Yep. So I then follow up with a Sacred Elf. I wish I played hook here. This would have been a turning point. So, yeah, in the end, that was the situation, but that's okay. Misplays happen all the time as he top decks a messenger. But the hook would have been nice because I have a keys call in my hand. I think I have 1 or 2 keys call in my hand. So I think the hook would have been a better play, but it's too late now. We got a barrier seal on the board. So if I can manage to stabilize with the barrier seal, I can cut off the infinite. He goes in and taps. He does hit the killing stone. So he's going to go ahead and swing with the messenger. I'm going to take 6. I'm going down pretty low right now. I am at, I believe it's like 1900 or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'll go ahead and Gale Force. He's going to Fairy Spell the Griffin there. So the Fairy Spell was there. So unless I do have 2 keys called. I can see him right now. So I wish I did hook. I would have had enough mana to keys call the next Griffin, the Armits or whatever. Now he's just swarming the field here, and this is not looking good for me. I will lose unless I clear the board here, which I don't have a board clear in this current main board or sideboard. So I don't know why I'm playing it out. This is probably it. Game over. I think I'm just going to draw as many cards as possible and see if I can. I don't think there's any situation here where I will win. I'm just going to end up judgmenting, but this is probably game here. Game 2 probably going to Steven. He's probably end up going to tie the series here. Tie this game 3-game series at 1-1. And yeah, that's going to be decided in game 3. So I'm going to sign out here. See you guys at game 3. And I will return back then.